Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful. God has enveloped the world with knowledge and mercy. وَسِعْتَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ رَحْمَةً وَعِلْمًا. Our Lord, you have enveloped everything in mercy and in knowledge. This is the principle by which we begin as human beings. Regardless of that, allowing merciless regimes which do not permit mercy, which do not base their government of the self, their government of the family, and their government of the closer and distant community, these regimes cannot be permitted in a merciful world. For the sake of peace and mercy, these regimes must be fought in whatever means possible: intellectual, spiritual, and if needed, physical. The world is filled with cowardice. We do not have only problems in Palestine. We have problems in other places in the world. Palestine has become a symbol of resistance against the Zionist regime, which resembles the Nazi regime that has persecuted the honorable Jewish nation. I'm a Muslim from Bosnia. It is very possible that I'm a Sephardic Jew by origin, a Slavic Bosniak, and a Montenegrin if we go 500 years back in the past. Having said that, I have every right to speak against the state of Israel due to the Sephardic roots that I have from one side of my family. And as a responsible human being, I need to be the voice that says no to cowardice, that says no to non-practical, peaceful conventions with Israel. Israel does not deserve to be treated peacefully. That is what it is. If that costs me safety, life, I don't care. This regime has to be stopped before it destroys the world. It is Palestine today, tomorrow it will be other Muslim lands, and it will be other countries which do not support a defined and specific ideology that obsesses over fantasies of the coming of a second Israel. This is why Israel has to be fought. Israel is a terroristic country. It is a country that is killing children indiscriminately. If this is unacceptable speech by law, then I reject that law. This is not a call to warfare. This is a call to fight intellectually and in whatever means possible a regime that resembles the Nazis. And it is upon the deletion of the Nazi regime that the modern world has thrived. We are thankful to the ancestors of the American, Russian people, different peoples in the world that have fought against the Nazis who would have ruined the world. Similarly, if we permit for this government to tyrannically impose its philosophy, its fanatical, discriminating, non-pluralistic, non-humane, inhumane philosophy that does not accept difference of opinion, that does not accept freedom of speech, that does not accept justice. These are values that most of the world accepts. These are values that I accept. In order to protect my freedom of speech, my right to my religion, Islam, the rights of my neighbors, Christians, Jews, people from my ancient nation, the Hebrew nation. May God bless Moses. Those who side with Moses will survive, and they will have victory in this world. Those who go against Moses, those who go against Christ, and go against Prophet Muhammad, may God help them. This is also to protect people who are of secular worldviews. The Israeli government will not permit for secularists, people who do not have religious beliefs, to criticize its religious fantasies about the world. This is why this government must be stopped. It is a threat to everything. The Israeli state is a state that had the vision of forming a national home for Jews, and from its beginning it has failed because it imposed itself. It did not come to existence through peace. It did not come to existence through proper, just collaboration with Muslim and Christian people who have equal rights to Jerusalem. None of our religious groups have complete rights over Jerusalem. Muslims have rights to it, Christians have rights to it, Jews have rights to it. To impose a Zionist type of thought is an injustice. This is why Israel must be fought. This is a call to United Nations, to every sensible human being in the world, to not fear in the face of a clear demonic enemy, an enemy that will be killing our children tomorrow, an enemy that will not allow for freedom of thought, an enemy that will not allow you to criticize it. This is what we're facing. We do not need Israel to have rights for minorities. We do not need Israel to respect people that differ with us. This is a facade. They are using these types of tools. They're talking about these types of rights as if they're the pinnacle of defending it. This is how governments thrive, generally speaking. They thrive on human tragedy. They thrive on basically telling people that they need to be defended, and then they use this to justify horrible crimes. Tens of thousands of children have died in Palestine, people. Do not fear a clear enemy of the human race. There's only one race, human race. There's no black, white race. This is nonsense. These are accidents in Aristotelian philosophy. Humanity must be defended from this neo-fascist regime. If somebody doesn't like that, if somebody fears that, then let them know that the eyes of cowards will never sleep.